But what's poppin'? It's your boy DJ The9. This is The Lounge. I appreciate the same crew from last week coming in. Zaleski, Rose.
Cindy.
I already know your name. I was just looking at you guys. I was beefing. Like, you know, she was already salty because she's like, you can't.
You didn't say hi to me.
Damn, DJ.
Right, I ain't shit, ain't I? Miss Cindy in the building, you know what I'm saying? We're in the Boom Boom Room today. You know what I'm saying? It's the Boom Boom Room, the lounge. Hey, you know, Tech, when you put the intro, call it the Boom Boom Room. I want it in all caps. And, you know, we talking relationships. So I made a little love potion there for, you know, Miss Zaleski, who is, it's slap, don't it?
This is good.
Oh!
What is that? The color.
Oh! Look,
so
look,
okay.
it's called
got
balance.
that taste.
It's called balance. You know, I do this drink stuff, right?
She don't find that taste, man.
Impeccable. Yeah. I felt good when I made it.
Sensational.
I felt good.
Sensation.
It's sensational. It's sensational.
Hendrix.
So you know, speaking of love potion, last week we talked, and you had a date after the show. How did it go?
Wait, it was immediately after the show?
It was like later that night. She said she had a date after the show.
What day was that?
That was two Saturdays ago.
It was a Saturday?
It was 2 Saturdays
I guess
ago.
it was that. Yeah, no, it was.
You went beer hopping?
No, we went to one spot. And
You went where?
we went to one spot. I forget what it was called, but it was over near Barton Springs, up
Okay.
there on the hill of Barton Springs. Yeah, it was cute. Real fun. Took me like an hour to park. Not about that. But then I trekked to the little bar and we hung out and we went to go look at stars / the city, which, yeah.
Also, it was like a late night type thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was cool.
Look at the stars.
Yeah.
So the date's not continuing because of what?
Correct. We went on like 3 dates, all
Okay.
pleasant times, sincerely. I know this person through a friend, so we were like kind of friends before. And then I'm just felt this out. I was like, I think we're just gonna be friends. And that's that.
Yeah, friend zone, shorty.
Yeah. And I
Damn.
texted
Got
her.
to see it through, my boy.
But I texted her. I didn't do some ghost stuff. I hate ghosting. It doesn't make sense. It's irrelevant being an adult. And just like decide. And I did. And you can't, decide if people will receive. It seemed well received, as well as it can be. But
What was her
time will
response?
tell.
Yeah.
What did you say and what was her response?
It was just
Text her with let's be friends.
wasn't just that short. Well, yeah, no, I mean it was just like a whole kind of like this stuff. Like I really enjoyed hanging out with you, but I think we should just proceed as friends. Like in short, it was that. And then
They said cool.
kind of look forward to seeing you again because we do have like mutual friends and all that.
Okay. You think it'll be
okay.
awkward on the next meeting?
I hope not. I don't think it will be.
It shouldn't.
I don't think it, but
I don't know. I just know myself.
I know myself too.
I know me.
But I'm trying to avoid.
Right.
Like
No, I just know I'm childish. I'm gonna try again. I'm trying again.
This guy.
I'm trying again. So I know you was on that bullshit last week.
What you on right now?
What you on today?
Nah, for real.
You probably bipolar. You a little bipolar.
yeah, that's the way to like win them right back.
Oh yeah. You're a little bipolar.
yeah.
Rose, man, what's the new neighborhood in Rose's land? You know, you're in a relationship and everything, so it's a new relationship land.
Man,
And why you looking like that? I don't know.
nah, I'm trying to think.
Thinking.
I'm trying to think. Everything's solid though. Everything cool. Ain't nothing really changed from the time that I
weeks
told
ago.
y'all. Yeah, from 2 weeks ago.
That's
but
good.
one of the things that we're doing, I think what might help, is that we're doing like a 2-week fast. Like we're fasting and stuff.
Spiritual
So,
fast?
That's
Spiritual fast.
Okay.
So we're taking away from.
That's
I love the love potion. It looks good, but I ain't drinking it. So alcohol, sweets. all that
Ain't no
stuff.
alcohol in there, my boy. It's
Oh,
all
for real?
juice. Yeah, take a sip.
Lying. Look, he's gonna make me crack, bro.
It's actually just the devil.
But I mean, yeah, no, for real, bro. You just,
Hey, you can repent.
come on, dog. Be for real. Nah, but ain't nothing really
I'll
happening.
drink yours. Don't say that.
Hey, you have at it,
Yeah,
my
say
boy.
less. Should have
But-
told me that in advance.
Nah, it's good. It's cool. But
Made you a virgin drink.
nothing else really happened, I don't think.
So is that building y'all closer?
It is.
How so?
Well, being that this is her first go around of the fast, and I've done a fast before, she's kind of trying to like see like what to do, how to go about it, and stuff like that. And so this is really giving me the opportunity to kind of like teach somebody like what to do, and not necessarily teach or tell you what to do, but like kind of like guide you. You know what I'm saying? And so it's been going pretty well. I mean, we had some like some moments where we like, bro, like this is tough. Yeah. Like I ain't gonna lie, where it's like we being tested and being kind of like tempted. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I was at work, and one of my coworkers brought like a whole plate of cookies.
Oh, so you fasted from sugar?
Ooh.
Yeah. So she was like, Rose, you want a cookie? I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm straight. You know, she was like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you don't eat cookies?
Delicate.
Nah, I said, no, I eat cookies, but I'm just not eating them not today. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, I'm fine.
Stop asking me about the cookies for our phone. You know, see, man, listen.
So it's stuff like that. And then it's also just stuff like personally that we going through that's kind of like testing us too. Kind of like, man, like, bro, you really gotta have faith, bro. At the end of the day, like, don't crack under pressure. That's what the devil want to do. But
looking at it in the avenue of like, yeah, you're leading, and be like, well, not leading, but I was gonna say you are leading, but instead of teaching, you are kind of in a fundamental leading situation for a relationship. So to see what your strengths are in leading, as far as spirituality, that's something that you really can do. Right. So it's a pro in her aspect. She's like, oh, you can lead a spiritual journey. Oh, that's sexy. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say that because my wife looks at it the same way. My wife, I missed that point when we first met because I was in the middle of trying to study different spiritualities. So I wasn't all the way sold. She, on the other hand, she was ride or die. She was DMX. You know, so she was looking for us to find as soon as we got here a church home. And I am very picky on where I spend my time at church, like just because of my past of dealing with churches, the politicals and all that other stuff. So she would go to a church, it don't matter which one it is. Oh my God, I love service. I'm sitting there like, the pastor's a little sketchy. You know, it's just who I am. Yeah. But it took us like 3 months. It was like we were 3 months in trying to find a church. She just broke down. She's like, I just really want you to lead and blah, blah, blah. And I said, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm not in the point of leading this situation because I don't want to lead you the wrong way spiritually. Like that would be terrible for me. Like why? I hate when people try to lead in something they know they ain't proficient in. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And spirituality is such a very gentle thing that like if I was to lead at that time and I was still wandering out, like it would have just we would not even made it this far. So me being transparent in that I can lead in other things, but she led that at the time, and now
that's solid.
We had Greater Mount Zion, so you know.
Hey, I like it.
Yeah.
I got family to go there.
I feel like everybody go there for real. Like
one of the mega churches in Austin. But it's also teaching me some stuff too about myself too. Like I'm not just saying like I'm all the way like perfect. Of course not. But like there's some weaknesses I have as far as like, you know, when it comes to being in a position to lead. I mean, because like in the past, it's like I'm just a here, there type of guy. Like I'm like, bro, you here? All right, cool. You there? All right, bet, cool. You gone? Bye. Like, dang. I'm not really leading nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like, and that's say less. Like say less type of thing. But I was not in no position to be like leading somebody else to kind of like figure out where they are in their spiritual life. So I was already indwelled in mine, but it was like, all right, if I met somebody and they say, oh, they're a Christian, cool. All right, bet, cool. Yeah. Like, I'm not asking where you at in it. I'm not asking, have you done this? Have you done that?
You haven't gotten like really into it.
I ain't getting into it like that for real. So this is kind of like teaching me a little lesson or two. So I'm liking it though.
Bet.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good.
Since you didn't speak, you definitely got to do that. Right?
I'm doing it on the air. So this is way more intimate right here. You see that? No, relationship status.
I'm single, but I'm open to like seeing people right now.
Okay.
And I kind of am, but
you kind of am. You know you're on the air. You can't just not claim.
Like, I'm not. I guess because like I confuse myself with relationships in general, just because there's multiple different types of relationships that you can get into. So I'm not really in a committed relationship, but
y'all like just chilling type stuff.
Yeah, we're just chilling, and at the end of the day, I really like figured out like through this whole week, it's been so overwhelming with just like family, relationships. And it just really put me in a position of just like, I have no effort to really put into anybody right now, but I'm having a good time. And if you can understand that, that's great. Thank you for like seeing how I view my life right now. But if I have to be super honest, I'm an inconsistent person. for the moment, just because I'm focused on other things like my goals, art, dance, whatever the case might be. But I'm having fun with the people right now.
For sure.
Well, as long as, I mean, like we said last week, as long as it's communicated to both parties, y'all do what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? It can't be, sure. I'm on my own little wave and this person think he in there. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
That's just a terrible feeling. He out of there. On the outside looking in, my boy.
Yeah, for real.
You know? So, you know, what do we classify as a healthy, happy relationship? What does that mean to each and every one of us? A healthy, happy relationship.
Are we yelling out words? Are we trying to put a whole definition on
No.
Not all at once.
Right. But no, for real, like, I mean, I can go first, give y'all time to think, but like, when I kind of classify a healthy, happy relationship, I look at, you know, a balance. And I think me and my wife has a different definition of what this means, but, you know, I'm very outgoing. I'm social. Like, I talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And I kind of need that because being in my career, like, I'm not able to talk to people I want to talk to. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get time to like hang out with friends. I don't get time to like even take time for myself. So I want to be able to give my partner everything that she desires, but also maintaining a balance where I can naturally be myself, and not having to compromise who I am to appease someone else. And the only reason I say that is because I struggled with that prior to her. You know, I used to devote so much time to other people that I never knew what I wanted. So when we go through breakups, I'm gonna speak for myself. When I went through breakups, I used to be so consumed in the person I was dating that I had to refigure my interests because I was doing what they wanted to do. I used to like poetry. Then that person didn't like poetry. So I stopped liking poetry. I could dip my fries in ketchup. My partner like dipping it in honey mustard. I've been dipping it in honey mustard the last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird, you know, like weird little mechanics that like, oh, I have to learn what I like to do. And I didn't want to do that this time, just in case it never worked out. You know what I'm saying? So like, I was very rebellious starting out our relationship. Like, I'm going to do what I want to do. You know?
I feel what you're saying, because whenever I get into a relationship with somebody, I like forget all about me and indulge in them. It's just like, wait a minute, what was I doing again?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I feel like that's what I used to do a lot when I was just kind of set on like, almost like dating was literally something to like check off the to-do list, like the end goal. And I've just, luckily, like I've like shifted that mindset away. I feel like anyone who played Sims when they were younger probably had that mindset.
I'm gonna tell you, bro. I played Sims all through class, like, all through college class, bro.
I love that.
They think I'm taking notes. I'm over here putting motherload code in.
Building a house. Building a house.
Building a whole house.
No, like I definitely. So like I know So I think why I often like take so long in that like talking or like early, kind of like non-exclusive.
We already acknowledge the talking stage is not a thing.
Whatever you want to call it, the early dating stages, it's like because I want to make sure I do not lose myself, nor do I want the other person to lose themselves in like me or my interests. Because I don't know, I want to date myself, and I don't want to like lose myself either. So I totally get what you mean there.
I agree.
Yeah,
balance, but I would say like for me though, like when getting into a relationship, I take things like extremely slow because I know how I can get, bro. Like I fall
like
for you, get attached, and the minute that we stop talking, I'm like, man, bro, like I ain't nothing out there for me, dog. Like you done broke my heart, bro.
Total pessimistic.
Like for real, bro. Like all right, bro. Like bro, you just ruined it for you know what I'm saying. But I had to be like, bro, there's plenty of women out there, of course, but you just can't like not consume your full self to that one person. You gotta have time for yourself too. And so in this relationship, everything just happened extremely fast. So I'm just like, okay, this is going the opposite, but it's going pretty good though. Because right now we're still learning to get to know each other. We're still learning each other at the same time. And then we're also just figuring out like, where's our balance? Like healthy communication. I know one of my my cons that I have, like when we talk about pros and cons, like one of the cons that I have is like I get very passionate. I start yelling and stuff like that. So like, I get to like raising my voice.
Ray, why you raising your voice?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not mad.
You know? Or I get to like using my hands.
Yeah.
So,
I get that, bro.
So
my wife drive me insane. Bro. She be like, you have an attitude. I'm like, I don't have an attitude.
Bro, thank you. So, but she's very like cool, calm, collected. Which is kind of like, it's good for me because now I'm like, all right, bro. Like,
she makes you calm.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I don't need to be out here like wilding and tripping like that for real. Like, I could talk to you like this, and I can easily get my point across.
I ain't even. This is 3 years, and I still ain't even.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad. Like, don't get me wrong though. Don't get me wrong though. I still have some slip ups where I'd be like, bro, I'm not mad. Like, but it's like,
you want to know what it is? It's just the ADHD. It's just both of us with the ADHD.
Just relax.
It just gets us all hype.
It gets us hype.
It's
I'm just like, but what am I hype about?
Nothing.
Nothing, bro. Like,
nothing. I'm just up. I'm just up.
But
funny.
So yeah, I think balance is like a cool key, a top tier key in having a like healthy, honest relationship.
I think you're in the stage of just dating intentionally, and I think that's what the issue is. It's not that you feel like you was moving slow. You weren't dating intentionally then. But now you're very intentional and it's just flowing fastly. It's not y'all moving fast. And I think those are the best relationships because you guys are already at an open communication.
Yeah.
If something is not right, you're gonna speak on it in a healthy manner. You have a person that can communicate like in a healthy manner. While you're like, bro, like she's like,
we're like, yeah.
But I think that's really dope because I mean, my wife's similar, bro. Like we were just flying through like the months, and I'm just like, we had a year? Like, yo.
Flies, bro.
And then we went to Vegas. I was like, well, it's funny because like the way that proposal talk came up was the most funniest thing ever because my wife had in the past a guy that she dated for so long that he didn't know what he wanted to do. So it was like a 4-year relationship. He wasn't even ready to, propose. She was early in her 20s, so like I understand where he was coming from. Like he probably wasn't just trying to commit yet. But she's like, there's a timeline, whatever. So we watched The Photograph. We was watching it with the movie with Issa. And, yeah. So we watched that, and we get in the car. She's like, so what we finna do? And I'm like, we about to go home. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, like I'm
like, what do you mean? She's like, I mean, like we've been dating for a minute. I said 8 months. And she's like, I mean, I'm just letting you know I'm not gonna be around for a long time. Oh. And I had to figure out, cause like I really had to like communicate, like, where is this coming from? We just saw a movie, we had dinner, everything, and now it's marriage. I don't know what's going on, but it's a lot. Yeah. So and then she broke down that conversation that she had with her ex. And I was like, okay, so you don't want me to string you along and you missed your 20s because you're stuck in a relationship. And I get that. And I had to like literally sit down and think about it, like, because I've always envisioned myself married at an early age. But my past relationships negated all that. Like it was a wrap. Like I've spent all that time with somebody else and it was just like, I will not get married. And I used to do stuff in stages. I'm a Capricorn, so I used to just do everything in stages. College, high school, college, I want to date to marry, then get $1 million and blah, blah, blah. It was just like, that's what it was. I thought life was so simple. It's ghetto. So I was just like, so I got to the point I was like, I'm just going to focus on happiness. And I just got so focused on this happiness trail that I never even really thought about the next step of marriage. So I talked to my mom about everything. And she's the first person, my wife's the first person that my mom liked. And not really just liked, but loved. Like she was like, don't ever do nothing to Ellen. I got her back more than you. I'm like, I'm your child. Let's bring it around here. Yeah, right. Like, what do you mean? What's the problem? But I think that I respected that. And, the spiritual journey, and I just got to a point where we went to Vegas and I just looked at rings. And I was just like, I ended up flying everybody out to Austin, proposed. And it was just like years have been flying by. Yeah. We're about to be in year 2. So, it's
of marriage?
Of marriage.
What?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's flying, bro. Like, life is flying. But it's all about just dating intentionally and just knowing, like, understanding limits. And I think that healthy relationships are that like, you get out of the mindset of the fairy tale relationship that's going to be happening in the first 3-4 months. Yeah. And then, people that are in long-standing relationships, they get all irritated and jealous because they're looking at this goo-goo gaga stuff. They be like, these niggas. You get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't gonna be like that no more, bro.
Yeah, give it 6 months. But it's just like, when you guys run into those roadblocks, are you going to be able to effectively communicate? Are you going to be able to humble yourself to understand your partner? It's not just about you.
Yeah, that's
and I think that's, and we're going to talk about this later, but that's the issue that we have in like this generation is like, it's very selfish
And so there's no accountability.
And it's it's a lack of intention. Like it's just like
it's very egotistical.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like all these 101 rules that pop up. And I was like, who wrote this book? Like, who told you that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how'd you come up with this view? And so, in contrast of all that, when you are able to do all those things, healthy things just continuously happen. Like progression just continuously happen. Just like if you keep on putting building blocks to your career, great things start to happen. The same energy has to be put towards relationships.
For sure.
It's not secondary.
Yeah.
These are all primary responsibilities. That's why adulting is hard. Because everything is primary. It's not anything secondary. What's really secondary is sleep. Everything else is primary.
Primary, bro.
You know?
Oh, me.
For real.
For real.
I didn't know if you had anything to add because I did.
I think, no, you're good. I think mainly just the accountability. Just mainly that.
That's the biggest part about like relationships.
Because with like communication, if you're not like taking accountability for being like ignorant towards the other person's emotions or like the attitude or the tone that you give off, you know?
Yeah. And that goes into intention though. Like if you intentionally want to learn who Cindy is and you know what triggers her, why would you do it anyway?
Really.
You know what I'm saying?
But I also go with non-negotiables though. Like if one of your non-negotiables is that for a woman, for a male, I don't like being yelled at when talked to. And if that non-negotiable is broken, it's a wrap. Because it's like you're not respecting the non-negotiables that I gave you. You're not respecting like the do's and don'ts. And you should want me to respect the do's and don'ts too. So
those are like boundaries.
Yeah, those are definitely boundaries.
Boundaries if you care about them at all.
Yeah.
It's weird that you bring up your non-negotiables. I don't even know what mine are. I think when I was dating, I was just.
It took a while for me to figure those out. Like it took a lot of.
I think I was building my non-negotiables off of the exes I dated. It wasn't really about. It wasn't really like I had something. Don't be this man.
No, really. Do not be her.
Don't be her. I think a non-negotiable was like I'm not a Gemini. I think it was just that. Like I was like, if you're a Gemini, nope. Like, you know, like that one video where he's like, what's your sign? And he's like, I'm a Sagittarius. We're not compatible.
What are you talking about?
We're not compatible.
You start going through like the whole I know what you're talking about. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, okay. That was like me. I was like, what's your sign? Gemini. And walk away from me.
Moments in my life where or phases in my life where I would ask that. And if they said like certain signs, I could feel it like automatically kind of build like a barrier. And I would try, and I would sometimes would like real quick like show up like, no, this is just not going to work because I don't want to say this why, but it's because of that. But I've gotten better at like, okay, that stuff can be relevant, but it's also
oftentimes
easy.
It's often
not
the
all
person,
Pisces
bro.
are the same. Not all Scorpios are the same. Gemini's got multiple personalities. I can only do with one personality at the same time. That's across the board. Like I don't know a Gemini with one personality. I don't know one.
I know a couple. One's family though, so.
Man, a person gonna be a person regardless, bro.
I don't know that.
Forget that whole you a Gemini, Capricorn. I don't give a darn about that, bro. You gonna be you regardless. Yeah. And if you got some negativity coming out of you, all right then, bro. Like,
I'll see you later.
It's so annoying.
Like I would really hope that if it ever gets brought up in like relationships or whatever, it better only be like in good humor. If you're using that in an argument against me,
bro,
one of my exes did that. One of my exes did that.
Oh my God, bro.
I was dating a Cancer, and he was telling me, Cindy, like, why? Like, our signs just say that we have to communicate.
Oh, ain't nobody got to go that far.
Around my house.
Align the stars. Nah, bro.
I hate that. So, like if I go up, like, me and my friends will go up to a group of people, and we will just be talking, and they be like, I can just tell off your sign that you this and that. I'm like, bro, you don't even know me, bro.
At all.
And then I told them, oh yeah, I'm a Capricorn. They be like, oh, I don't know about y'all Capricorn. And they're like, are you a January Capricorn or a December Capricorn? I'm like, bro, why I'm a Capricorn. Like, bro, like she was like, yeah, y'all the Capricorn just. I'm like, all right, bro, get out my face.
Mike, pan the camera right here, please. We don't care,
bro.
Like Capricorns, we are. I can't speak for Rose, but I'm an asshole and I don't care. That's where I'm at with. I can care less what you think. I don't care. But like, I don't definitely think that Zodiacs should run the relationship. I think it's a good talking point, but I hate when somebody asks me upon meeting me what my sign is. It doesn't make a difference. I met my GM recently. He was like. Girls kept on asking what his sign was. He kept lying. He was just like, yo, my sign's a Sagittarius. Yeah. And they'd be like, oh, I can see that. He's like, really? Because I'm a Leo. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's live.
Yeah, he'd be like, really? Because I'm a Leo. And they'd be like, Oh.
Yeah.
You're like, because you don't know what you're talking about. Like, he literally just like, you don't know. He's from New York, so you know he's just a butt.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You know what you're talking about, B.
I was cracking
Like,
up.
what
I
about
said,
my
that's some savage stuff right there.
That's savage.
Like,
That's funny.
Just started lying. Like, yo, bro, I'm a Gemini. Oh, yeah, I can see that. Interesting.
I could tell. Girl, stop
Shut
it,
up.
Brian. Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
I think with me, if you tell me your sign, we say, "Oh, cool," but I'm not gonna know shit.
Yeah,
I don't know
I'm not
anything
gonna
I
know
would really have to
anything about
Google
it.
some stuff just to know what it was.
I'm gonna just ask, just to ask. Like, you know what I mean?
Just keep conversation.
But then,
Exactly.
like, don't. But then I kind of be
Bad
like,
judgment.
don't think I'm one of them. I'm finna read your
You
horoscope.
giving disclaimers.
Like,
I'm
just real quick. I'm Rose though.
I'm not trying to do your horoscope when you're right.
Your birth time,
Yeah.
specific destination.
You want to hear something funny?
Huh.
So somebody asked me what like my full horoscope thing was.
Oh God.
And so I had no idea. And I got to trying to figure out what it was. I asked my mom, I said, Mom, what time was I born? She said, I don't know.
Oh,
And I said, what's my birth certificate? I don't know. Bruh. Was I born that day or night?
Oh no.
I always think it's funny. Birthdays, we just trust the person who was there. We have no recollection.
But we have no
idea.
recollection,
We're just
bro.
like, no, you're right.
Bro, I came out.
Yeah, that's all.
I don't remember coming out. Bro.
I don't know if it was a gloomy day or not. I have no
Bro.
idea. And what time it was? No idea.
No idea.
No
No
idea.
idea.
And so, like, literally, I was like, Mom, you know, you were a neglectful mother right now. You don't know when I was born. You was there. My father was there. I have no idea. He's, I think it was around 12:58. Oh, you making up a time, motherfucker.
Yeah, bro.
That was not accurate.
You too. Shut up.
That was not accurate. So, whose relationship could we look up to as an example of a healthy relationship?
Like in our own lives or
Own lives or just in
celebrities?
society? Like in society.
I try not to look at other like celebrities' relationships, but I think that a good example could be what is being portrayed in your house. You know what I mean? Like your parents, if you're, you have both parents in the house and they're showing like good characteristics of how a man's supposed to treat his wife and all that other stuff, cool. Me, I didn't have that. So
yeah.
I don't-
That.
Yeah, I was
You
like,
know-
do you know the odds of that?
It's very confusing.
Like,
to
that's,
it's
distinguish.
very-
especially in
it
this
is
generation,
confusing,
it's
yeah.
not that.
it's
The
not
odds
that
of that
easy.
is very slim.
Yeah.
I'm the 1/4.
The one.
What if that is the statistic? Then it's me.
Yeah, the odds of that is very slim. I mean,
slim.
Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have both parents in the household. In fact, they divorced very quickly after me being born. So like, I think a lot of people don't have that to look off of, so they have to look towards society. So that's why I was asking.
Yeah. Oh, it got
Who
you.
in society
Yeah.
can we look at and be like, yo, like because of lack of access in the household,
Mhm.
who can we look, to?
No, I mean, I'm like so grateful to be able to say that I look towards my parents because I've seen them, especially in the last like 5 or 6 years.
That's
right?
good. Yeah, for sure.
Cheers to them. They've gone through some just bad like shit that's, I don't know. And to like even just kind of as I've gotten older, being able to like witness those adult talks that slowly you're like allowed in the room for. Yeah, sometimes it's like really powerful stuff. Just like, and I don't know, just seeing their friendship, like that love, that's like I've seen sustain them through everything.
Yeah.
That's cool. So that's why when I think of who I'd want to be or who I hope to be with long term, it's definitely based in friendship. Because I'm like, some days you might not, like each other at all.
Yeah.
But if there's
You will
love
True.
there,
That
like
quick in
you'll get
marriage.
there.
For
Yeah.
true.
It's, in marriage, it happens. Like it was like a period of 3 months where I was just like, I'm gonna fight her today.
Like,
Like, she really
I
working
love
me.
you, so I'm gonna not.
Yeah,
but-
I'm gonna stay over here, but
Yeah.
and it's just a transparent thing. Like literally, like went to a period where like you're not as, and I'm for sure she felt the same for me. We just weren't attracted to each other. We weren't there for each other. I was checked out mentally, emotionally. Like I was just like, because marriage is scary, bro. I will tell you, like it's a lot of, again, attention that like you can't take a day off of being intentional with your wife, like or your husband.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like active all day, every day. And it was just like I was burnt, and I was just like, bro, I don't have it. And so like there are periods of like, oh, I just love my wife every single day, but sometimes I'm just like, bro, just stay away from me. Don't breathe. Don't even talk my name. I don't even want to hear it. And you have to be able to fight back for it. Fight back to the love that sparked that in the first place. And so it's like a roller coaster. And I've seen my dad, my stepdad and my mom go through that situation where it's like a roller coaster, and I've seen them fight for it.
Same.
And that's also another thing that leads to this generation having failures because they don't want to go through that.
Roller coaster.
They want this or
For
you
sure.
need
Be
this.
lazy. Like we're a lot of lazy people sometimes, which is unfortunate because like
There's no more effort.
There's no more effort.
Yeah.
Not at all.
So it's an imbalance. It's like, so I think we need to just be you know,
not at all.
It's a wrap. I don't. You're like, bro, what are you talking about?
Like, dude.
We just had a
for
fight.
real.
Like we just had one little fight. No, it wasn't a little fight.
But they went like this and da 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 da. Like, no, girl, but still.
See, that's your problem.
Yeah,
that's your problem, Rosé.
I don't
And
deal
then the
with
nigga
stuff
be
like
like,
that.
I
No.
delete it. Shoot.
Well, lead it. So you really gonna leave?
Yeah, no, that is.
You really gonna walk out the door?
The double take.
The double take.
Really gonna really leave?
Checking and stuff, yeah. But I will say, although I didn't have like a good example in my household. Shout out to my mom though, she real. But I will be thankful for like examples like at church. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my mentors, even like people at school who I know is married and they showing good examples. Like I be seeing them bringing their kid to work when I was in high school. He bringing his son. Me and his son getting attached. He like a little brother now. You know what I mean? And his wife coming. She look at me like another son. So it's like, I mean, like this is cool. Now, I don't know what's happening inside the house.
Yeah, but
I can say for sure. But the perception of what I see is like, all right, bro, like that's how you should treat your wife. Like I can say for sure, like my mentor at my church worships the ground his wife walks on. And I'm like, dang, bro, like that's real love. You know what I'm saying? And he would tell you straight up. He was like, sometimes she can't get on my nerves, but at the end of the day, I'm still love my wife regardless because it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm in it for.
Yeah, but that's older couples, though. They take that vow stuff
seriously.
seriously.
They take that vow stuff seriously. So.
I'm trying to think of any, like, people, but I don't, just because.
You don't know not a one? You can't even say Russell and Sierra. You can't even say him.
No, because, like, I don't get into relationships like that with other people because I don't know what's going on in their lives. So I don't put the energy into that. I, like, take some little bits off of, like, TikTok or YouTube, but again, like, I don't know how you really live, you know?
Yeah.
That's true.
And then if I think about my mom, she's been through so many, like, marriages and abusive partners where I can't really, like, see that and envision that for myself. But healthy-wise, what I saw her go through is just, like, just don't be abusive to your partner.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Physically, emotionally, mentally.
For sure.
Like that.
I think. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, you go.
You good. It's hard to like. I understand everyone saying that they don't want to like put examples out from society, but at the end of the day, like, who do you go for guidance if you don't look for someone like some example? She has her parents as her example. You said that someone in church, your mentor.
Yeah.
If you were sitting there saying, you know, like me, with me working in restaurants, like I see a bunch of married couples. And, you know, people come in for birthdays, anniversaries, date nights. If they come in for an anniversary, I'll go all the way out. Like if it's a birthday, I really care less about giving you a dessert because you're going to have a birthday next year. I don't really care. Like it's a guaranteed birthday. Anniversaries, the way this divorce rate comes, that could be their last one.
No, for sure.
Like for real. Like I'm just being
That's true,
serious.
dog.
So I go all out. I give them a glass of champagne each. I give them dessert. I like talk to them. And I always ask them at the end, I'm like, listen, how many years has it been? 15 years. Besides the generic answer of happy wife, happy life, what gets you to 15 years? And I ask every single one of them. Like everybody, it can be 1 year, it can be 15, it can be 6 months of marriage.
And what have they said?
I mean, it's like they always say like intention, like always dating intentionally. Yeah. Like when you get married, and speaking from a woman, like this was great. She was like, because I feel like women need to hear this. She said dating intentionally is essential for the man as well. Like as a woman, you should love him past the ring. Because you fought for the ring, and a lot of women stay. Like, I got my ring, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? They don't even go past any effort past that because they got what they wanted. But it's like, what, besides obviously the presence of a lovely woman every day, what is the pro past that? You know what I'm saying? So you have to uplift him like a king. You have to treat him like one. He's treating you like a queen. He's giving you everything that you wanted to this point. Yeah. How are you spoiling him and making him feel like he's wanted?
Yeah.
I definitely feel like that's an imbalance with that. Like socially speaking is we're so quick and always for sure queens. Like love them, praise them. But at the same time, like kings. Of course, each respecting the other, but like it's kings and queens, y'all. Yeah. Like however your relationships work, whoever's all in it. But like,
the girl that I'm talking with now, like she's a provider. She like takes care of me and everything, and it puts me in that position of like, okay, I appreciate that you're taking care of me, but now I feel shitty. Like, how can I put my part into you now? Because I don't want you to think that it's just you. Like,
the reciprocity.
Yeah, I think that can like partially be like knowing like their love language. Like I know I have that intention of actually asking somebody like their love language. So I'm gonna see soon. Because I want to make sure like I'm meeting them how they would like to be like met, you know, and also being honest about like how I can meet them. So, because
Did we talk love languages last week or 2 weeks ago?
I think it was mentioned, and that
was
definitely
mentioned.
stuck in my head. I was like, I need to make sure I get this written down because like I care about this person, and so I just like I want to know.
They have books. I've read like 2
they do a quiz on there too. It's like like 20 questions.
Yeah.
I mean, I know mine, but I was like, I want to ask them theirs. Yeah.
What's yours? What's your love language?
Like time. I love just spending time with people.
Oh yeah, staring at the stars.
So like that's how I like receive love. Yeah, I think I.
Bro, just throw a glass at
You don't need yours.
I don't need mine anyway.
It'll go with my aesthetic anyway, so I'll be matching off.
For real.
Like tight-eye look. But then also I think I give through acts of service. That's how I show that.
Love that. Bro, what's your love language, bro?
Mine are words of affirmation, quality time, and physical touch. Those are my top 3.
Do they all like
same,
level
yeah.
itself out?
Yeah, they all level itself out.
Mine changed, bro. I honestly, like I think I said last show, bro, I think they changed on the relationship that you in. Like,
That's true.
they really do. Like, I'll be sitting there, I'm like, in this relationship, I was lacking this, so I needed acts of service. I was lacking touch, so I really want to touch. This relationship, I don't even know, bro. Like, definitely, I think it's, well, physical touch is huge to me. Like, the touch of a woman is just, you know, always changes my mood. You know, my wife, when she gives me a massage or she touches my arm or something like that, it's just a sense of security.
Yeah.
And then I would say gifts are important to me, but not in ways that people think gifts are important. Like people be wanting gifts of like all varieties. Like I want some Louis Vuitton or some Jordans.
See, I see.
No.
Like
but
thoughtful gifts.
But like for example, when we first started, I need to pick up doing this, but I used to do it once a month. I would buy my wife some flowers, and just because it was Tuesday, right? I would think in return, my wife would do something that would emulate that. You know what I'm saying? Like
that expectation.
and my wife's like, "What you want to do? You want me to buy you some flowers? Hell, might as well. Like do something. Like, you know, that's something that shows that, like, because I think that like my mom's love was through gifts. She showed me that love through gifts. Like she would go all out for Christmas. She'll go all out just buying things when she finally had money to like do those things. And so like, I always looked at it like it was the best way to receive love and showing your appreciation. My mom, like, for real, on her birthday, one time I didn't get her nothing, bro, she damn near disowned me. Like, she was just like, yeah, bro. Because she's just like, you don't love me. This is, like, and I'm like, this is how she takes love. Like, she wants a gift to show.
I feel like that's kind of toxic sometimes, though.
Yeah.
Like, with kids growing up, if you just give them everything, they're not going to learn. Like, how to actually
that's true.
receive love.
Yeah. Well, I think that, like, myself, I didn't receive everything, but she just, the way that she gave her love was buying a gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, oh, I bought you a pair of J's this week. I got my first pair of J's when I was 20-some years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't get name brand stuff until I was a grown man. You know, so it was just more the fact of like, you know, she was thinking of me and she bought something small. She was thinking of me and she bought a mug.
I
Yeah.
think that's common with a lot of like Hispanic or like just like pop communities. It's just like I can't give you much, but here I'm giving you this.
Like,
now.
exactly.
My mom
Yeah.
does that a lot. Like I might not like it, might not be my style, but I'm like,
the
oh,
thought-
thank you.
Yeah, the thought
Yeah.
counts.
Like even thinking of like my back with my grandma, like she would also often have like, you know, always have Oreos and stuff in the house, but sometimes she'd like bag a special bag of candy and then she'd be like, come in my room and she'd give it to like whatever kid it was for. And like that was, like, you know, a bag of like Reese's all of a sudden is like, this Sunday's about me. And like, you
Yeah.
could take it home if you wanted to, but like that, or it'd be like,
Like she
stashed
specifically
for you,
made me
like-
this bag.
like,
Yeah.
I had to
your
steal
dad
it.
can't eat it. Yeah.
Steal it.
So I like so that's I think how if I express like love through gifts, it's like small things, like just like humor, like it's like the thought of you, like really randomly, but you were in my head, and I was
Mine are definitely words of affirmation because I'm an overthinker.
Man, me
I'm
too.
always in here, but
Bruh.
once I figured out what I'm thinking about, I'll tell you, and I need you to affirm with me. Like,
Bro,
please, or
me
else I'll go
too,
insane.
bro.
I feel that.
Like that's why one of my biggest things is like understanding. Like just try to understand me. Just take your
Just
time.
the compassion to just like okay, you don't want me to help you, but I know you want me to listen to you and just
understand.
tell you things are
bro.
okay.
And so by you like listening and just giving me those kind of words of like, all right, I'm listening, I hear you, and then you're giving your affirmation after what I said, I'm like, all right, babe, we cool, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's green.
Yeah.
You know what
And
I
you don't
mean?
need to overdo it either. Like once it's said, okay, cool, I'm fine.
Like,
I'm ready
like
to
once
go.
it's done,
Yeah,
it's
nobody
done.
asked you to say, you beautiful black prince. I mean, it won't hurt.
Like, all right,
It won't
bro.
hurt. But
Appreciate it, you know what I'm saying?
But at the end of the day, I didn't need all that.
Yeah, I ain't need all
I didn't
that.
need all that. Just,
Yeah. So
I hear you. Like hit you with, I hear you.
yeah, I hear you.
And
Yeah, with a little touch on the
A little
arm.
yeah.
Like
soft for that. Soft little thug tear pop out for that.
Nah,
That's a little simple. So we give y'all the keys right here. No.
Nah, for real. You better get back.
You stupid.
You're
stupid. Let's talk toxic traits, man. What is your toxic trait, or what was your toxic trait?
In a relationship?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Self-sabotage. Just like thinking like the what ifs a lot with, I have specifically one guy, I don't want to say his name, but he taught me a lot, and I would just always just stay in my head like, why is he with me? Doesn't he know like how I am? Like I'm so inconsistent. I don't communicate enough. Like why is he still going? And I would tell him these things, and he put me on the spot. He's like, why are you thinking about the what ifs? Nothing's happened yet. Like things are good right now.
But it can be.
It can be. I see things.
Man, like that.
Really? One of my toxic traits that I'm still working on is like checking out. Like if we were talking and like I just get to a point where I'm just like, okay.
Oh.
All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
You ain't get the one that just punched you in your jaw yet, have you?
Huh?
I just got mad. You acting like that.
But I get into
you gonna
like,
find a toxic trait. They be over there,
it's just
Muhammad Ali.
Nonchalant. And I'm saying this on air. Like I'm
it
just,
is what it is. Yeah.
Disclaimer. I'm just like, I'm just letting it out. But nonchalant.
Did you figure out that we talked last week or 2 weeks ago about the about therapy?
I haven't got to that yet, but I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that for sure. For
Telling
sure.
you.
I actually talked to one of my friends, getting some like more like insight on it, like how therapy worked for him. He said, bro, it actually works.
It works.
So he was like, if you got access to do it, and if I can, reference my therapist to you, cool. Because she does it she does it online and stuff
online.
like that.
Most therapists are only online for real. They don't even want to
Yeah.
meet in person after COVID. They can make $1 million just sitting at the house.
Bro, just sitting at the house in front of the computer.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, like, I get where you're coming from. Blah, 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 blah.
I call
Off a
therapy a
screen.
paid for best friend. That's all it is.
Yeah.
All they're doing is listening and affirming whatever you said.
For real.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the nonchalant trait.
No, they didn't.
I got it. That nonchalant trait I gotta fix. I'm working on it though. It's getting better though.
Yeah, I feel it.
But that was one of my toxic traits.
I think it has to do kind of like with passivity in the sense of like losing myself. Like I'm very quick to, I'm going to rearrange my life real quick and it's going to fit with you. But then it almost in a way becomes self-sabotage because I become very quickly unhappy in that. And then I'm going to blame you, but like not really. So it's like a whole... Like,
you made me like honey
like
mustard.
Exactly. How dare you? That's messed up. I mean, it's good stuff, but you ruined the fries. I just get the ketchup back. But
I hate ketchup though.
that's on you. You work. That's a self-work thing.
Oh my God, bro.
But like, it's definitely like quickly losing myself and the other person, and then getting mad about it, though they didn't tell me to.
Yeah,
I feel that too.
So then
you just did it on your own.
You just like really like sunk yourself there. So I'm trying to get better at that.
I feel very pressured when someone comes on to me too strong. They just want all their attention on them. It's just like, dude, like I had a whole life before you.
That's like a red flag for me now because I'm like, no, if you
Yeah.
really want to pour all of that onto a human being, I can't be that person. I won't be that person. That's
Because it is
unfair
a
to both
lot
of us.
though. It is a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like
It's just taking
you're
someone else's new
you're putting
energy.
all your stuff on that person, and that also person is just like, bro, I got shit I'm dealing with too, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's why I think it's essential to go to therapy because of the fact, like when situations like that happen, like there's men that have mommy and daddy issues that they want the woman to be the mama, like they want the person to be their mother, just literally telling them what to do, affirming them, and doing all this other stuff. The same thing with ladies. Ladies are missing their fathers, and then they want
That's
us
fact.
to tell them what to do. And I'm sitting there, like, and it's respectfully, like I mean, like I get it, but I don't have enough energy to be a pops. I would have a child.
yeah,
If I
child,
wanted
for
to
sure.
be a father, I want to
Yeah.
be your helpmate.
Mm-hmm.
And don't take helpmate a little too far to where I'm literally just helping you.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's just, you have to figure out, you have to want your life to be better more than me. I
Yeah.
can't want it more than you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm doing everything for you. Like, no, dog. Like, what do I want to do with my career? You tell me. It's your career. It ain't mine. I got my own shit.
That's fact.
Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm literally at
and I
work
feel like if
60
you don't
hours.
have that already set, then it's like you got some figuring out to do yourself, bro.
I think that is one of my, like, boundaries is like, if you don't know, and this is respectfully to anybody else, I know everybody should be trying to figure out their life and stuff.
Yeah,
But for
true.
me, if you don't have any goal going into like your career or going into your future, it's a red flag for me. Cause then you're gonna expect me to figure it out for you or be patient with you. And I don't think that women would have the same patience with me. Like if I was still trying to figure out life and I was barely working, or I didn't finish school, or I still want to finish school, but I ain't figured it out. At 27, they not going for that. So why am I going for that?
Yeah.
And I think I told y'all 2 weeks ago, I get the same energy women give me.
I've noticed that a lot with people who are like 25 and up. Like, you guys want your set plan. Like, if you don't have your finances like in place, or not even in place, but like just the plan in general.
Just a plan, bro.
Anybody who's like 30 and up, I feel like younger generations, 20 and below, are trying to attach themselves to that, and it's so stressing because they just want to have everything planned out. And they don't know their life yet.
I wouldn't say that I want it all figured out, but again, like, having an aspiration. I think I'm just different because I figured out my career at 14. I wanted to be a chef. So like, I fully affirmed that at the time. Like, I didn't want to go back and forth. I didn't have to figure all that out. But if you are going, like, you went to college, you've been going to college the last 7 years, still trying to find your associates, just get the general eds, bro. Just get it done. Like, it don't matter what you major in. You can get any job with associates. Like, it don't even matter.
True.
But just figure that out so we can move forward in life. But now we're still stuck on that. We can't move forward. Like, I'm moving forward and I'm leaving you behind because I'm not stopping my career for you. So like, you back there.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want to feel in that awkward predicament to where, like, and that's just me. I'm career focused. I've been that my whole life. Like, I'm not going to stop my career for anybody else. So it's just like, please have it figured out. So when I start moving, you're not way back there. We're right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just.
I think I definitely feel like there are certain things, like, aspirations. Like, I want to know, like, your dream and stuff, but also thinking about, like, my older siblings I look to, I just come from a family of, like, very, I won't say whimsical people. We're doing stuff, and, like, they're obviously over, like, 25, of course, and so it's just, I don't know, like, we don't work with that traditional, like, methodology of what an aspirational, like, you know, life looks like. But I'm also well aware that, like, the people they're with and, like, them themselves, they know that. Like, why they're trying. They know, like, what they hope, or at least some vague idea of what they hope to achieve. And that's kind of where I'm at as well. It's like, as long as, like, I know I've been trying to work on, like, finding the motivation, I mean, again, for, like, myself. So if you can also meet me with the energy of, like, optimism, hope, and, like, drive to keep working, for me, that's like a two thumbs up
Absolutely.
situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I definitely understand that.
For sure.
How did, like, your... Oh, I didn't even go over my toxic trait. My toxic trait is... when I get myself to a sense where I feel like... Okay. I think it's more of like when people... When the person I'm dating makes it seem like I'm a very independent person. So when I've gotten to a point of depending... Not even really depending, but, like, you're doing things, and it gets to being a routine because I'm a routine person. Like... And you just stop doing it. You're like, well, never reminding me of the stuff that you do. It's like, look, I'm very independent, and I get to a sense I shut everything down. I'm just doing everything by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be like, I cooked you breakfast 2 Fridays in a row. Well, you ain't got to cook breakfast no more. No more breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll cook my own stuff. Or I'll clean the house by myself. Or I'll do this. I'll do that. And it's just like, and then it gets to the point where I'm just so, like, independent that I don't even need to be in the relationship no more.
Damn.
It's like, I don't need you for nothing. Like, I'm good. Like, and I come in with that confidence in the first place when I get in the relationship. Like, I don't need this person for nothing. But as you get more comfortable, you start letting go barriers and stuff. And then when you remind me of the things you do, I'm like, I'm cool on that. I don't even want you to do nothing else. Because if you gotta remind me and tell me how appreciative I should be, you might as well just not do it.
Yeah, might as well not do it.
Like, I'm cool. I'll do it myself. You know what I'm saying? I can clean my own house. I can cook my own food. I can drive to my own car. I can clean my car. I can do the maintenance on the car. I can do all this stuff by myself. I don't need you to remind me of it. If you want to do it at the greatest of your heart, just do that. But you don't need no reward for it. You know what I'm saying? You don't need no reward for it. Facts. Especially in marriage. Not saying my wife do it, but, like, in marriage, if you remind me, and this is the rest of our life, it's like 60 years. You can't remind me of 60 years of stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just
done so much, bro.
Like, bro, it's a lot of stuff that just continuously happen that you, like, even in relationships, like, you'll forget what your mate has done for you. And you'd be like, you ain't never did. Like, I ain't never did it?
That's so true, though. I did that mistake on my own with one of the guys I was really, really into. And I was in a bad mental space. And he had said something. And I told him, I don't even know you. And that cut him off for me so quick. And I felt so bad. Just because I was going through so much, I forgot about all of the nice things he had did for me. But just out of unconditional love. Just not expecting anything back other than my time with him.
Yeah, and he'd be like, you ain't never did nothing for me.
Like,
Or,
what?
You ain't never been, never? That is strong.
That's arguing words. That's
We've been together
fighting
5
words.
years. I ain't never do nothing. Why are you here?
Yeah, that's fighting words, bro. That's fighting words.
Yeah, people use those words loosely.
It's hurtful.
You ain't did
Yeah.
blink for me. I'm like, whoa,
Nothing.
whoa,
And you're cussing.
Bet,
Yeah.
And you're not getting nothing else. How about that?
bet.
Oh, man. What did your last relationship teach you? Positive or negative? What did it teach you?
I'm gonna let somebody else go.
He's like, I might really need that drink.
That's the thing. It hasn't been many like relationships, but like
Situationships, whatever
all
you've been
that
doing.
stuff.
Entanglements.
Go ahead, Jada.
I'm just throwing.
I think it's I don't know. It definitely showed me where I keep my barriers up, and if I want to move past situationships, I gotta be okay to take those down. I don't know. It showed me like where I can and cannot yet allow myself to be vulnerable.
Yes, I was just thinking about that too with my last relationship. Just because with this guy, I had invited him into my own home. Like, you know what? Fuck it. I want you to come live with me. Mistake. Never doing it again. No, don't do it. Don't do it. It's a
I need to
mistake.
stop doing that. People need to stop doing that. Like,
Yeah.
you just bully people in.
And it was just the fact that I was so open with him that I would like leave my phone unlocked or like have my password at 000, just like let you know like I'm not on no fucking funny shit.
Yeah,
Nothing like that.
for sure.
And he went out of his way twice to like look through my phone,
I hate that,
break
bro.
like my privacy and my trust, and then he would just constantly say like I can't trust you. I'm like, how are you gonna not trust me and then move in with me? Like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And lay down next to me. And all
Yeah.
Every night,
Every
bro.
night.
Every
That's
night,
just
bro.
the worst part.
Every night.
Weird.
So you don't trust me at all, but you laying next to a
But you
stranger.
laying next to me.
You know.
I can kill you right now.
Yeah. If you didn't trust me.
Gone.
Like for
Bye
real.
bye.
Bye bye.
Come on, bro.
forever.
In sync. Nah, I think my last relationship lasted for like 2.5 years. This is when I was in college and kind of like coming out of college type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely taught me some of the stuff that I needed to work on. And it's showing right now. Like one being communication, one being effectively communicating. Because in my last relationship that I was in, we didn't really communicate well. It was like the girl, she like, I'm gonna just be honest, like I wasn't always honest in that relationship. And it could have been because I was young.
Too.
I was young, I was 21, 22, like I'm still trying to figure out the relationship thing. Like this is actually like a first serious relationship I'm in. But anyways, like it would be an issue that she would bring up and I would want to talk about it, but she would like, no, I'm over it and just sweep it under the rug. And then another situation happened. Oh, I'm all right. We let it by. We'll talk about it for like a couple minutes and then, all right, I'll let it go. But when we broke up and when we actually had that final sit down, it was like a whole receipt of everything that I did. Like she could remember like
she held on to everything,
verbatim,
every
like
baggage.
boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. So I'm like, why didn't you tell me this when I brought you the issue? She was like, well, I thought I would be able to handle it. I'm like, but you knew you knew you weren't able to handle it. And in that moment, you could have just easily been like, hey, I don't want to talk about it right now. Let's talk about it tomorrow. When
like, give me
clear
that
heads
space
prevails.
I don't say anything I
You know
don't
what I
wanna
mean?
say.
And so now I'm really seeing how like when clear heads prevail, how effective that really is. Because I can say something in that moment, and then when I'm by myself, I'm like, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, for real.
Like I shouldn't even like. What made me think about
I
saying
think
that?
about
You know what
that so much. I get so many flashbacks.
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, bro, I definitely could have just like kept that comment to myself, bro. Instead of just being like, you know,
Trying to go tit for tat.
tit for tat, and you're not getting nowhere because y'all going at the person and not
no one's
going at the
listening
problem.
anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just
So-
all emotion.
It that relationship taught me a lot. Like I was very, I guess you could say, you know, no, I was immature. I'm gonna just say it like that. Very immature.
Yeah.
So
I think my issue was that for one, I was dating around the same time as you. Codependency, like I was like being very codependent on my partner as far as, you know, again, taking in the interest, doing things that that person wanted to do, wanting to be with that like person every waking moment, all the other stuff. Like, why you want to go out with your friends? Why you want to do all the other stuff? And it just like, it was just a whole bunch of like trauma I've dealt with in the past. And like obviously like family issues and stuff like that led me to project that on that person, which in turn turned someone to be very rebellious and sneak around, like sneak and leave and do all this other stuff. And so like, and then also I'm a person that like I'm solution forward all the time. And in the heat of the moment, I'm trying to find solutions. I'm not really listening to you talk. I was like, well, if you got a problem, here's a solution. Or, you know, if a person is quick to shut down during a thing, I'm like, no, let's talk this out. But like, no, I'm not in the capacity to talk. Yeah. But we got to figure it out because I'm a person that, again, I'm in routine. I don't want the shit dragging for 3 days. I want to get it. Oh, this is the bad time we're going to put the energy into. We moving on. I don't want to hear this shit tomorrow. For sure. But there's some people that are like, I want to drag it 3 days or I want to talk about it tomorrow. And my wife's one of those people that wants to talk about it tomorrow. And I have to like get myself to be like, all right, bro, I'm going to leave it alone so that she can effectively communicate. Because if I force her to talk, then it's going to be an argument. Then she's going to be mad. Then she's going to feel some type of way, you know, resentful. Yeah. And so like, it's something that we always have to like exercise like a safe word or something to be like, yo, like we need a break to talk about this later, you know? Yeah. And again, it's just understanding your partner because of the fact that like if I didn't care how she felt or didn't care about her reaction, I just go on impulse and say what I want.
Or just doing it for like your pure enjoyment. Like that's weird. That's
I ain't doing that.
Yeah, like, but it's people like that though.
People that I've come across, like to argue, like they like to keep up that drama just to enjoy. Like, oh, like look what I just said to so and so. The next couple of days, this has been so entertaining.
Bro, and that's so cringy. That's like, why are you like?
Because you're a narcissist,
bro. What do you mean? Why is that fun? Like
you're insane.
Draining.
There's psych wards for that.
You're putting me anxiety in me.
Yeah,
like I don't know. But I want to go back to when you said. Cindy, about moving in. So I want to ask everybody, when is too soon to move in with somebody? And this is a 2-part question. When they move in, do you think that person can change?
Change what?
Like, do you think a person changes once they move in with you?
Both of you guys do.
Yeah.
Both of y'all do.
You adapt to each other. Yeah. You adapt. I think that you adapt, not in a positive way. You just adapt
I think both
to each
ways.
Other. Yeah. Like when you move in with someone, you see what their strengths are, and you just again depend on them to do that. Like if your lady like to clean, and you're a cleaner too, but you just like I got other things I can focus on. You just gonna let her ass clean. You be like, all right, clean. I can go do something else.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Or if it's like you know, you just kind of go off your strengths and weaknesses and stuff. And I think that's the issue is that there's not a balance of equal work. The first year, 6 months of our marriage was us arguing about what chores we're gonna do. I was like,
really?
Are you fucking kidding me? We're talking about chores like we 13. Like, for real, I was like, that's where I went. I was so mad. But I understand how she felt because when I work so many hours that when I get home, I didn't want to do anything. Like, and it's during the pandemic. My wife, she worked from home, so I personally felt like since you work from home, you can clean at home. You know what I'm saying? I come home, you know, I go to bed, wake up, do it all over again. You know what I'm saying? Risking my life for this country to serve y'all DoorDash and food. Least you can do is clean the house when I get home. But when I got out of the selfish mindset of what I had to do, like what I was doing in my world instead of what we were doing in ours, we're in a system where we're like every Saturday's like we cleaning, like every day we're gonna clean together. Yeah, and we're gonna maintain throughout the week. We're gonna make it easy for her. And like she got so mad about having that argument for so long that she got resentful about it. She just started like I started making little efforts like throwing clothes in the laundry and blah blah blah, cleaning the house. And she like say some wild stuff like, that's why you don't clean the house. And blah. I'm like, you ain't see what I did. I just cleaned the house. She's like, one time. It happened one time. I'm like, bruh. You got to start somewhere. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like when you get to a point where you feel like you can like depend on someone else to do their thing, you just drop it. You be like, all right, like they got it. That's a thing off my back.
Yeah, like that's what they do.
That's what they do. Yeah. I just need to hold my end. And sometimes you don't even hold your end. And in marriage, it's just one of the situations where like sometimes she's going to have 100%. I'm going to have 45. She's going to hold her 100, but I have to come back a different day with that amount.
Yeah, with that
it's never going to be 50-50. It's never going to be 100 and 100. Marriage ain't fair. So don't get that out your head that she going to do her 100 and you going to do your 100. It's never going to happen. Mm-hmm. She's going to go through issues where she's on her time of the month, or she's going to go have her hormone problems, or she's going to be upset, or she might have had a dream your ass was cheating. It's going to be something.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to put in 100 more effort to make the day go by easier. And she's gonna have to do the same for you when you're going through what you got to go through. And so when you get out of the selfish mindset of what you're doing and what she's doing, you can do it. But I think that moving in too early leads to a lot of issues too. I don't think that a lot of people should be moving in early because you don't even understand the person yet. Like people be moving in a month or two into dating, and then they didn't even know that they had all these toxic traits. Like, hold on, nigga, where this all come
bro.
from?
Yeah, and that's facts.
I'm just like, and I'm being transparent because I've been through it. Like I was dating a girl like 4 or 5 months, and I was like, I just left my mama's house and just went over there. Like, and I was just like, bro, what did I do? And I just got so stuck staying there that I was just like, I should have been left.
Really?
Should have been left. But it's just like, I'm living on my own, but I'm out the house. I'm trying to be an adult. I'm thinking that's an adult thing to do, move out the house. But it's not like, there's no rush to be staying with somebody else, bro. Enjoy your own space. Because I'm guaranteeing you there's some relationships and marriages that people don't even have their own space. They don't even have enough time.
That's true.
To be have in their own area,
yeah.
A safe place for them to be in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the safe place. Whenever his name was Dan. Whenever he moved in,
you finally said this man's name.
No. This guy was the last relationship.
Oh, okay,
the other guy I was talking about, y'all don't need to know about him. He's gonna stay on.
What's his Facebook?
What's his IG?
I don't have one either. But just like the vulnerability. I know when I moved out, it was my first time moving out by myself. And then when I welcomed him in, I thought it'd be so fun. But I realized how detrimental that was for me just because I lost my character. I love to dance by myself. I'll act weird in my apartment. I'll leave my dishes because who the fuck is going to tell me to wash dishes, you know? And with him, he'd be like, oh, before we leave, make sure you wash the dishes. What the fuck?
Why are you telling me what to do? You're not my parent.
You wash them. You're that bothered, wash them. Yeah. Or just that in general, I felt like I lost a sense of myself because I was wanting to put myself in creativity and I was just a block. I couldn't do it anymore.
Wow.
That too, if you move in too early, whose name is on the lease? Is it both of you guys? Is it one person? God. How much is it? When they leave, are you going to be able to afford it? Yeah, for real. There's so many details.
I will say, man, listen, this might be a toxic trait of mine, bro, but I think in all them situations and relationships I've been in, where I moved in with someone twice. 2 different people. I was not on the lease on neither one. Oh. And when this person drove me insane enough, I left. I just left. I was like, yo, you got it. Yo, you. Because, I got to the point. And I mean, for real, I'm a person that I was.
That's not funny, but.
But no, it's so messed up. But I'm just like, yo, I'm a person that for me to be able to leave and not care about your well-being anymore, I have to be done.
Yeah, you gotta be.
I literally gotta get to the point where I have, and oftentimes when I did that, I've given them fair warning that I was gonna do it. I was sitting there leave it alone. Stop, leave it alone. I'm telling you, please, please leave it alone because I'm trying to hang on to the little thread I got left of effort. So if you cross this line, and I said, if you keep it up, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and be gone. She's like, you ain't going nowhere, blah, blah, blah. Old girl go to bed, get some tampons. DJ got all the stuff he gone. That's just where I was at with it. And it does it sound messed up? Yes, but I finally hit my limit in both of those situations. I finally stopped compromising. I finally stopped trying to.
How much can I take more? How much?
Yeah. I'm just I'm embarrassing myself and my integrity and my character because I'm sitting here dealing with this mess and there's millions of other people I can be dealing with and I can stay by my damn self. Why am I still in this situation? Acting like I'm 45 with 4 kids on child support.
You're not even married.
And we not married. On top of that, I understand and the most awkward conversation is when you're in a lease and you have to figure out who's gonna take said lease. So I was always nervous on getting on a lease and feeling stuck in said lease.
Got you.
So it was just yo, I'll pay you whatever you need, but one of us gonna be out the lease because somebody gonna have to go. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know. I would never do it again. Me and my wife, before we got married, we stayed in 2 separate apartments. It was financially difficult because we both moved to Austin around the same time and it was expensive. But I wouldn't prefer it any other way because she had her own space and I had mine. By the time we moved together, we got all of our little freedom out of the way of space. So when we moved together, she gave me a 2-bedroom. I have a man cave where I have a safe place to be in my own space because that was my boundary. If I get it, and so even when we're moving to Miami, she was like, so what are we doing about the 2nd bedroom? And I said, What you mean? Ain't conversation. What you talking about? What we been doing? What are you talking about? She's like, well, I need an office for the house. I was like, so we get a 3-bedroom? She's like, that's so expensive. I said, well, this man cave is a non-negotiable. Like, I'm not going back and forth with you. So it's either a 3-bedroom or your office is a non-existent. Like, what are we doing? And it's just like one of those things where like I have to have it. Yeah. I need my own space so when you get on my nerves, I can go there. Or if I have a long day after work, I can go there. Or if I want to watch, if you share a TV and you sitting there like you got to watch reality shows when you really want to watch football, I want to go in my own little room and do that. And you know what I'm saying? I got 2 TVs. Like I can play video games on this one and watch TV up there. I can do whatever I want to do. Yeah. I'll pay the damn bills. I'm going to do what I want to do with both of these damn TVs. You know what I'm saying? So like, like for real. Which is another topic of conversation. What is the video game with y'all ladies? Like, what is that? Like, let's talk about it. Like, what's the video game?
Y'all don't like it?
Video game?
I wish I was a gamer. I've always wanted to be a gamer.
No, issues, like women have issues with the video game, bro. They be really mad about the game.
That's a generalization right
Not
there.
that I have an issue with the game, but when I'm on the game, bro, that's my time to be like, to myself.
I don't really mind. Like, if you're doing you and all your hours are there, that's fine. Let me go do what I want to do. I like doing things by myself most of the time.
Same. Like,
so I have no issue with it.
But I also grew up watching my like older brother and even sister playing video games, so I enjoy watching video games.
Yeah,
I think my my wife is hilarious because like she's used to it now. She's cool. When we first met or when we first like got married, she had like a whole PowerPoint spread about why video games is not good for mental health.
She presented that to you?
She was like, I'm being over dramatic, but like she was like literally like,
that's how
you could be addicted to video games. And I said, I'm not addicted. I said, this is my time. I'm decompressing.
I'm indulging.
Like I said, I'm decompressing. Like I had a long day. She's like, well, why don't you do that with something else? Why don't you read? Because everybody has their vices and video games is mine. Like I literally sound like an addict. I'm literally sound like an addict. Like you're not gonna take my game away.
You're like, you're changing.
And I was like, but then she got to the point where like I was like, maybe she's right. And that's when I started going to therapy. And I was like, maybe I'm just not talking about my issues. Maybe I'm just like so overwhelmed. I'm not talking. And she's like, why don't you feel comfortable talking to me about it? I was like, I don't like putting my weight on other people. I'd rather pay somebody that's what they do is take all my weight than give it to somebody that's not specialized in that. And then they feel like they got to fix me. I know. Yeah. So like now it's just more the fact like I do it, but I have so many different things I have to do that I can't be on it as much. Like planning this podcast, doing outside all this other stuff, like working full time. But when the pandemic was going on, I was just like, and I think everybody was in a depressive state. Yeah. Everybody's in a depressive state. Like everybody had their stuff going on, bro. But I was just like, she's like, she's like, does this sound normal that you've been on the game for 12 hours straight? Whoa. And I said, I don't see the problem.
Like for real. Like when the pandemic happened, my decompressing state was TikTok.
But that's everybody's addiction, bro.
Like
people be up until 4 in the morning watching TikTok.
No, people on live and all that other stuff. But yeah, that was TikTok.
You don't like TikTok?
I like refused for a long time, and then I loaded it on my phone, got an account. Then I thought they deleted the account from lack of use. Turns out I forgot my password. Months later, I ended up back on TikTok, posted a couple things, gone again. Then I came back, and now I have. You should check it out. I review baby food, but I only have like 5 episodes.
What?
Cool.
Because like the little baby food pack,
that is so random.
Random. That is random.
Right?
But
Please
I bet you get views.
Kind of, but I only posted like 4.
Nah, bro.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Rose is famous.
No, I am not.
Rose is famous on TikTok.
See, that's the thing. I miss the celebrities.
Rose is a celebrity, yo.
I am not.
On TikTok?
Bro, what's your highest views on TikTok, bro?
By
190,000?
Nah,
let's
go
to the top pin. What's your top pin?
It's the Bernie Mac.
How many views is that?
Oh, it's like I want to say it's like at 20.
No, it's more than that.
Can we watch it?
Yeah, pull it up.
No.
Like, he want to pull it up.
No. I was saying, like for real, I just want to know.
I don't think it's at 20. I think it's like 15.
Rose, like that mug was up there, yo.
It was up there though. I remember when I posted that.
I was cracking up laughing when I saw it. 145,000, dude.
Dang.
Oh, dang.
That's what I said. That's what I was like. No, 20. 145,000 views, bro.
You're lying.
Cheers to
Rose
you.
is right there, bro.
I didn't even know that, bro.
That's why I told you. I said, you famous out here, dog. You went viral, had no idea.
You know, I actually been thinking about doing more content.
You should, bro.
Because, like, that one was popular, but then, like, I also connected with, like, different people on TikTok who do, like, shoes and, like, streetwear and stuff.
Yeah.
And the sneaker dudes was like, bro, just post your content. Because I be getting on live with them. showing off my sneakers. They was like, bro, you got some heat, bro. You might as well just create content. But I'm like, bro, I'm not. Let's take a lot.
You have to get ready with me videos. Like I used to, like I did one of those, and I was very upset about the results. So I stopped doing it. It's expensive. It's very expensive. I need to see results immediately. Like, I'm not.
Nah, yeah, or just like I don't know.
But now I just need to do it just because I love to do it, rather than looking for the results, and it just naturally happened. But like I was just buying clothes. I got the videographer already, all this other stuff, and I just did videos. Yeah. And I was just like, bro, what? 28 views? Not a good return of investment. I'm not doing that.
89 cents for a packet of baby food. And then, I'm just having fun.
You are hilarious.
That's random, though, but that's live, though.
She said that confidently.
That's live.
You eat it?
But I haven't gotten to the jars yet. I like the squeezable ones, so you can just take it on the go.
Bro, that is lild though.
Some of them are good.
They are really good, and a lot of them are plant-based.
That's random, but that's gonna give views. You keep doing them videos. I swear.
Move forward. Is marriage the ultimate goal in our generation? As a broad spectrum. Now, if I ask Rose, his answer is gonna be yes. He's more traditional, religion-based. So I expect his answer to be yes.
But
I'm gonna take it
outside. I'm gonna take it outside.
Take it outside of that and just be like, when you hear from your peers, when you see people online, is marriage the ultimate goal in this generation?
I don't think people are concerned. Like, I'm not religious, but I mean, I was brought up religious. I don't know if that has an impact on it. And I think marriage is in my plan. But I think for the most part, a lot of people might think about marriage, but they don't consider it like the importance of having it as a permanent thing.
Yeah.
It's like, let's get married, but it might not work out, and that's totally cool. Like, I know, it's a possibility.
They have zero embarrassment about getting divorced.
Like,
it's like nothing.
You should be embarrassed if you need to get divorced. Like, that's so be it. But
well, if it's 5 divorces in 5 years, you should be embarrassed.
But what I'm saying is, I think people like enter into the thought of marriage so like lightheartedly. I'm like, damn. I know when I think about marriage, I'm like, oh, we're gonna like fight for this.
No, for sure.
But some people, it's just.
We got in a fight and we divorce.
Like, there's no like fighting at all. Maybe we fight and it doesn't work out, and and then you separate. But I don't know. So I don't think people are concerned about permanence.
Yeah, it's not. It's serious, but it's not. They're not really taking it serious.
It's more like a thing. It's like, we got married.
If we get to marriage, cool. If we don't, I'm gonna still be with her. But it's like, so you been with her for what, 10 years? You still ain't married? Because there's some people that are out there like that, and it's like, bro, like.
I don't understand if you've been married for that long.
Bro, I don't understand that. I never understood that. Like, my parents together, but they're not married. Like, what?
That's wild.
See, I
will say I have a mentor that actually is not, like, he's been with his lady for years, did not marry her. And his reason why, because he's been married before. And he did not want that same, like, they both been married before. Mm-hmm. And they both agreed that they did not want the legal, like, tie. They do married stuff together. They have joint accounts. They have joint investments.
But it's just not getting married. So basically, what they're saying that their whole marriage thing, it's just a paper.
They don't have the paper.
It's just a certificate saying that, like, all right, we did this.
Exactly,
did
but they have the same commitment that they would have.
Definitely, like, I think it's to each their own, as long as that's communicated. Yeah. See, I was kind of joke, like, I only want it for like the tax benefits. Are there really benefits anymore? I don't know.
You trying to be head of household?
I'll do as I please, but like,
IRS, come get her. Come and get her.
Well, like, I don't think it's. I definitely don't think it's a necessity.
Yeah, for real. The IRS gonna be on your behind.
No, I don't do anything.
Like, is this marriage valid?
For real?
Yes.
No.
Just I don't know. Check.
I would say in this generation, though,
it can lead up to it. I think. Yeah, I feel like this generation is still learning like the pros and cons of like how to make it work. I don't know.
But also, we live longer lives. I think that's one thing that's different. It's like we can wait until we're because
we're not eating collard greens and mac and cheese every day.
Well, but I mean,
we're eating flour.
So we're not.
The concept of getting married, there's just pressure. Like, well, you have to get married. You have to get married. Like, it's fine just being my partner. Like, you don't have to have the legal document.
True.
Yeah.
I understand that.
At the end of the day, just a title.
Yeah.
It's all just a title.
I mean, I think that definitely, like, again, when I was growing up, I wanted to be married, and that was just because of the fact that, like, I loved the genuine aspect of love and the steps that it took to have it.
Agreed.
As I gotten older and went through relationships, I was like, this marriage shit is ghetto. That was when I was not married. Me and my wife, like, I was nervous to marry her because I wanted to be everything that she needed before we got married. I wanted everything, her to have everything. I wanted to be past every trauma. I didn't want her to be held back or me to be held back in loving my wife unconditionally, because that's what I'm vowing to do. People are getting married as a check, like a check off the list. And women are applying pressure for something they don't even know what it entails. Like they just want the ring because it's expensive.
I don't even think it's that though. I think it's also like the perception is very like imbalanced on what an unmarried man is perceived as in the world and what an unmarried woman is. And so sometimes it's almost just like a social, like it might come off as like I just wanted like the ring, but it might also be like now you guys will validate me. So I think
I understand that perspective. I do understand that perspective.
I see where you coming from.
But it comes off as because there's
Not
no
cool either way, but-
there's no work applied afterwards. It's like okay,
it just stops. Like that's
it just stops. That's the
That's
goal.
That's it.
No
Yeah.
one talks
It's
about
done.
life after marriage. It's just like
there's
first
no
we
like
got
first
it,
comes
there's
so
no
love,
like
yeah.
weekly
come
dates,
marriage,
no
and then there's a
inspiration.
child, and that's it.
And that's it.
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
What is the steps that are had after marriage? No one knows. Like, what troubles are you going to go through when you're married? No one knows. What leads to a divorce? No one knows.
Yeah,
They'll
that's
say,
true.
you cheated. That's it. He cheated on me. But there's more than that. Like,
more
there's
than
more
that,
stuff
yeah.
that happens.
It's more the stuff that
no
happens.
one discusses, and that's why I asked you, who in society do you look up to? You guys said that you don't know what's going on in their lives because no one wants to show us that. And the people that do show us show a very bad depiction of what marriage looked like.
Yeah.
You cheating, doing whatever you want to do, go to strip club, doing whatever. F my husband, I don't care about him anyway. Yada yada. That's not what marriage looks like. There needs to be clear examples of what marriage looks like. So when we get involved, like if you get some food, right? You know the facts of the food before you take it in.
Facts.
If you made the effort to look it up, you
Yeah.
probably just eat it just because it's McDonald's. Man, you know? But for real, you know what you're getting beforehand. If you are going to a class, you get a syllabus. You know what you're getting before
A job, too.
A job. You have an orientation and it has a job description. With marriage, no one knows. We just doing it blindly. Like, yeah, we check out the list. No one knows what it entails. Our parents aren't together. They can't tell us. You know what I'm saying? TV won't tell us. We know that the only example we see on a daily basis is Russell taking in somebody else's baby. That's about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think that's why it's so important to go like take other steps too, like leading up to marriage, like marriage counseling or like relationship
premarital counseling. Premarital counseling is a thing, but it does not discuss truly the steps, like the things that you're going to go through with them.
Yeah, that's true.
They're going to say finances. They're going to say all these other things. You know what I'm saying? But it's not, if you're going to fight, how are you going to communicate?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just more of a spiritual thing that you guys both are supposed to do.
Yeah.
And what I would really love for people that are going into these relationships and marriages is that to be intentional all the way through from start to finish. Because if the goal is to be married, there's a lot of steps that it takes to do that.
Yeah.
And you have to be intentional if you want to be married. You have to care about Roosevelt, Zaleski, Cindy, if you want to be married. It's not about you no more, Rose. It ain't about DJ no more. I can't care about what I used to like.
That's true.
What do we like to do? And is it going to help our marriage? Are our friends holding us accountable? Are our friends maintaining healthy relationships so we can continue hanging around them? Because I've lost a lot of friends just for that alone. Like, if you really at this point, if you ain't a married couple, we can't even hang out. We can't do double dates. Cause I ain't gonna see 101 of your damn boyfriend and girlfriends every time we go, and then we got a lot of these girls. Like,
That is pretty weird.
you know what I'm saying? So like, as a married couple, I like stability. I need married advice. I don't want to be the mentor all the time. I want to get some wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, it just needs to be. It needs to be more of that. It needs to be more intention with it. You know, but that's the show, man. Y'all did a great job, bro. That was dope.
Thank you.
Like and subscribe the page, The Outsiders Movement, The Lounge, at The Outsiders Movement on Instagram. Y'all can shout out whoever y'all want to shout out, but we about to be out the G.
Man, shout out DJ, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to that man DJ, man. For sure. Appreciate it.
Give me my flowers.
And congratulations.
Congratulations, yes, sir.
Oh, man.
Miami in October,
I'm about to
dog.
be on some hot boyish. No, I'm in Miami.
Cut the mics off, because he tripping.
I just thinking like city girls that talk.
City boy.
My wife would kick my behind. She's like, you about to be on some what? City boys?
Yeah.
Man, that's funny.